Hey, Noah. I'm just here for you to share what you've been doing for the last year. And I know you're over there in Hawaii, but how have you stayed in shape this year? What was your experience at the XFL? Because I know you were there when they had to cancel everything. Tell me, let's go back to the XFL. What was your number there? And what was your experience playing for the XFL? And who was your coach?
Yeah, for sure. In the XFL, it was a great learning experience. It was so much fun. I was playing in the XFL for the Seattle Dragons. Our head coach was Jim Zorn, and our special teams coordinator was Steve Hagan. I was able to learn a lot, actually transitioning from the college spread punt to the XFL. They did run a pro style punt, so I got to learn and have a lot of experience with pro style blocking, transitioning from the snap to block, and having everybody in the pro style formation, learning schemes, learning who to block and how to work with my guards properly and the middle protector. Um, so that was a great experience blocking former NFL players and prospective NFL players. So I did well. I did well snapping, blocking, and what set me apart from the rest of the snappers was coverage. We only played 5 games, but I got 3 tackles in those 5 games, so that was fun. And I got to play in practice. I got to do a lot of scout team for special teams, even for offense and defense. Got to do drills with the linebackers, and so overall, it was a great learning experience. I was number 41, and unfortunately, that season was cut short due to COVID. But I got to go home with my family, and I got to spend a lot of time at home with them here in Hawaii.
So while you've been in Hawaii this last year, what have you done to stay in shape? Because I know you have this whole setup in your backyard.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So,
Well,
tell us about that.
yeah, I guess it was bittersweet getting the season cut short, but being home and unfortunately during quarantine, a lot of people had to stay home anyway. But I was blessed to have a lot of resources at home, so that's all I got to do at home was just to train. So over the last year or so, I've been training maybe 3 hours a day for 5 to 6 days a week. I treated that as my job, being at home, and so over the last year, I was training to get ready, just to be ready and stay ready. Last year for mini camps and then training camp and season. Unfortunately, no calls came, but then the most recent opportunity that I went to was Donner's free agent combine. So I just finished that in early March.
Okay, so what was
And
your number? What was your number at Zonner's camp, and how did you perform there? How did that go?
yeah, my number at Donner's camp, I was number 60 out of the snappers. And so there were a good bunch of snappers. And it was great. That was my first time being out of Zonner's camp with free agents. The last time I was there with college seniors, but I did well. I charted very well, both for field goal and punt snaps, and I got to run well in the coverage drill through the bags and agilities. I got 22 reps on the bench press, so overall I did well, and I got a lot of positive feedback from all the NFL coaches and staff that were there.
Well, that's good. So, why don't can you compare yourself to a couple of the players that you know are currently playing in the NFL? Like how you would compare yourself to them, maybe why you would be a better asset for a team?
The first one that comes to mind, I like to watch the Houston Texans. John Weeks. I've been able to watch his film for years because I really look up to him and his skill set. He is very quick with his snap operation and getting back to block. So he does well with that, and I've been able to learn from him and kind of pick up, even though it's not in person, but I got to watch on film. So I try to emulate his speed and quickness with my snaps and accuracy. So I feel like I compare well with him in snapping and blocking. And what could separate me from him and a lot of other snappers in the NFL is coverage ability to help with coverage and making tackles downfield. That's one of the most fun parts for me as a former linebacker and being able to get a lot of special teams play in college and helping out in the XFL. I love to go down and make tackles. So that would set me apart in a team like Houston Texans.
Okay. Are there any other teams or players that you would compare yourself to?
Yeah. Another one that I like to watch is the Atlanta Falcons, Josh Harris, because we are the same size, 6'1", 235, 240. So we have a very similar body structure. So I like to see how he prepares himself and how he snaps and blocks. So for us as well, I feel like we match up really similarly in our physical skill sets,
Mhm.
with snapping, blocking. Our transition from the snap to block is pretty similar, and I try to beat him when I practice, setting up film and trying to compare my film side to side. I try to get up quicker than he does, and so we're similar in that aspect. And he's a pretty athletic guy, so I try to run faster than him as well, and just comparing myself side to side on film. But we're similar body structure, same height and weight. But for that, I feel like I would pair up really well and compete well with him. I think I could get an edge on him and making tackles downfield as well.
Good. Okay. So, um, what else do you think somebody would want to know, a team would want to know that they wouldn't know about you that you want to share?
I think one of the things that I would like coaches or teams to know about me is that they would have no off the field issues with me. I've been blessed with a good baseball upbringing from my parents and my family. So we try to do everything we can to have good integrity on and off the field and trying to be good examples. And I've had a lot of positive feedback from uh, teammates and coaches about that. Luckily, at the University of Hawaii, my teammates voted me as a team captain. I was nominated for community service, college awards and things like that. And then in the XFL, even though we were there for only a short time, and it was my first time on a professional team, my teammates voted me as a team captain there as well. So, I mean, I hope to just continue that characteristics and character traits and try to be a good leader and example of wherever I am on any team with any teammates or coaches. I try to do the right thing at the right time and to be a good example.
So, are there any coaches that you would say to a coach at an NFL team or a GM or a pro personnel director that they should call to talk about you?
Absolutely. I have several coaches that I've been able to work with before. One is Coach Mayor Chaudhary. He's an assistant special teams coach for the Chargers now. He was with the Falcons. Also, Mike Goldgrill is an assistant coach at the New York Jets. Both of those coaches were my special teams coaches at the University of Hawaii. So I still talk with them all the time. They're great connections for me. Jim Zorn, I loved having Coach Zorn at Seattle with the XFL Seattle Dragons. I know he's a legend in the NFL, and we have a really good relationship just from our short time together in Seattle. But I was grateful for him and his help. So those are just a few of the people that would have, I know would have good references for me. Also maybe Larry Kirksey, he was a receivers coach. Mike Riley, he was our offensive coordinator at Seattle. So I hope to carry myself in a way that all the coaches and staff that I've met before would have a positive thing to say about me. So I'm sure anybody that has been on a team with me, I hope they had a good impression of me.
What about Coach Hagan?
Coach Hagan has been awesome. I just talked to him yesterday, and he's over in Italy, and he just finished his stint with the international players that have come to train and try out for NFL
Okay.
teams. So he would be another one. He's a great one to contact, and we got to work closely with him in Seattle, and we've been in touch ever since. And so I know he's over in Italy, so that was just one of the reasons I didn't mention him before, because I know he's busy with the Italy team, but he would be another great one.
So I just want you to give me the phone numbers of those people so I can share it on this particular, when I send this out to the teams, and I will make sure I share those numbers with them. So if they want to call any of those coaches, they can. If they're a special teams coach in the NFL, they probably already know Mayor. They probably know how to get a hold of him. I think the guy that is at the Jets is new, right? This is his first time. And yeah, so they may or may not have his contact information. So anyways, so how's your family, Noah?
They're great. Babies are getting old, so I have my three girls, my wife and my three girls at home. They're getting old, but they're a handful. So that's been one of the blessings of being home is being able to spend time with them. It's definitely a unique challenge trying to balance training and nutrition with the family at home, but it's been awesome. They've been such a blessing.
But you've had kids the whole time. So you've had the girls. I mean, when you were in college, you had the girls. So what,
Yeah, so
you
I
know,
ended up had two girls by the time we graduated college. So
yeah. So where did you guys go on your mission, you and your wife?
I went to Las Vegas. I was there for
Okay.
2 years from 2013 to 2015, and my wife went to Provo in Utah from the same 2013 to 2015.
Okay. Yeah. So anyways, is there anything else you want to say to anybody?
To anybody watching this, just I love an opportunity. I'm here. I've been trying to stay ready, and I'm going to do whatever it takes. So give me a call.
Okay. So if anybody wants to work Noah out, which you should after this interview, you can call Jill at 559-250-0151 or email me at jillbaxter@me.com. In addition, what is your contact information, Noah, in case they want to call you directly?
Yeah, for sure. My name is Noah Borden. My phone number is 808-772-3525. And my email is k12nobord@gmail.com. So k12nobord@gmail.com.
Okay, so none of you need to wait until the draft. You can sign Noah now. He's available. He's ready for workouts and he's ready to go.
Yes.